Before the first city wall was ever raised, our story began with smoke and whispers around a fire. In the deep dark of a windswept night, a small band would huddle close, watching elders recite the memory of journeys and rivers. From these shared nights came language, from language the coordinated hunt, and from the hunt the patience to plant seeds in the generous floodplains of the Nile and distant river valleys. Mastery over grain gave humanity a hold on the seasons, and villages grew. With walls came rules, and with rules the stories of why they mattered. Soon, simple marks on wet clay would preserve these promises beyond the glowing circle of coals. As dawn broke, a scribe would press signs into that clay while a market stirred to life. Writing and astronomy became the twin languages of power, turning the heavens and the storehouse into ledgers of control. Palaces managed canals, and councils weighed justice. But what held these sprawling worlds together? More than walls and swords, it was belief. Philosophies and faiths taught mercy, duty, and meaning, allowing a caravan guide or a royal courtier to speak in more than one moral language. While kingdoms swelled into empires, expanding along paved roads, they could later weaken under drought or doubt, but their ideas traveled on. Across deserts and seas, caravans and ships carried not just spices and silk, but new ways of seeing the world: the compass, paper, gunpowder. Markets buzzed with new languages, scholars compared maps, and plagues arrived as unseen stowaways, unsettling every certainty. Curiosity drove the creation of new tools, while bold patrons funded workshops and voyages. We inherit their networks each time a package crosses an ocean or a rumor sparks online. Then a new taste on the wind, the salt spray of an unknown ocean. In the early 1600s, a new world arrived. It came with the creak of a caravel's hull, the bitterness of a lime on a sailor's tongue, the fever in a crowded port.
This was the Columbian Exchange, an irreversible tide of conquest and resilience, of new foods and old diseases. From it, bold new claims arose, that reason could test heaven, that no king ruled by divine right. The scientific revolution reframed the questions we asked, while the Industrial Revolution quickened the pace of our answers, building cities of coal and iron measured by the relentless ticking of the clock. Nations raised flags as empires carved continents, meeting fierce resistance. The 20th century brought grief on an unimaginable scale, from the trenches of the First World War to the genocides that scarred human memory. In the aftermath, decolonization reshaped the map, and a Cold War drew a line across the globe, binding rivals in a fragile standoff of fear and hope. Today, we live inside that connection. Our closeness is absolute, woven from digital networks, a warming sky, and pandemics that cross the planet overnight. We can edit the very code of life and ask artificial intelligence for guidance. We hold the world's knowledge in our hands, and yet we still ask what to believe. This is why history matters. It is the literacy we need to see the old patterns in new disguises, to understand the vast, intricate web we have woven. And now we face the ultimate choice: which threads to strengthen and which to cut before we weave the future.